We're driving cars on a Mars tonight. We're blasting off to the stars tonight. We wanna go, go. We wanna go,
Hi there, it's that time of year again. You're getting a little restless and ready to go on an adventure? Well, strap yourselves in, folks, because I've got some great places for you to visit today. Darren Coggan visits Jamala Wildlife Lodge in Canberra.
How's this for a view? Oh.
Tegan Nash takes a quick 48-hour trip to Singapore.
So let's explore some of my favourite spots.
And me, well, I'm heading over to Kangaroo Island to check out all the latest places to stay and things to do. I think there are two different types of holidays to be had on KI. One is you bundle the kids in the car and head on over to do some adventurous stuff. Or you pack that bottle of sparkling and plan a romantic getaway for two. Now that sounds like my kind of trip. So we're going to start planning the romantic getaway and we'll do the family stuff later. The Sea Dragon, do you know it? It's the only full-service boutique hotel on KI, and frankly, it's perfect for anyone looking for a bit of private luxury. It's an easy 20-minute drive from the ferry, and every room comes with stunning views over Pink Bay. There are 5 villas, 4 rooms, and 4 suites. Each room is individually designed with incredible attention to detail. And the spectacular views include occasional visits from the local wildlife. And to make it really easy, Sea Dragon can collect you from the ferry and transport you to their accommodation. This is the Banksia Villa. Check this out. You know I've got a thing for baths, right? And if you haven't been here yet, then you are missing out. The Enchanted Fig Tree is a truly magical experience. Nestled amongst a 120-year-old tree, this restaurant is like no other. Chef Alana Bravin says the menu is inspired by local history, a splash of fairy tale, and the unexpected. Their season is from November to early April, and it is booked months in advance, so make sure you reserve now. The other thing I'm partial to is wine and wineries. This winery does things a little differently for couples that want a bit more of a private experience. Now, you can just sit, eat, drink and take in the view of the Bay of Shoals, or there's even a bunch of lawn games you can play if you're that way inclined. Either way, it's a great experience, and it includes a guided Bay of Shoals wine tasting. Thank you. The Bay of Shoals cellar door is located north of Kings Coast. They hold many events to showcase their wines and local artists.
From the National Gallery to Parliament House, Canberra has so many attractions on offer. And if you're after a wildlife experience like no other, well, they've got that too.
Jamala Wildlife Lodge is the closest thing to an African safari this side of Kenya.
Amanda, Jamala is a remarkable experience. How did this all come about?
So Jamala Wildlife Lodge came about, was an idea from Maureen and Richard Tyndale. They purchased the zoo about 23 years ago, National Zoo and Aquarium, and came up with the concept of Jamala about 7 years ago, and that's the accommodation inside a working zoo. This was their family home. They brought their children up in here.
Really?
Yeah, and about 7 years ago they came up with a concept of introducing guests to these beautiful animals and spending a night and having an incredible experience up close and personal.
When you arrive at Jamala, you're greeted with afternoon tea and by some very special company.
At Jamala, it's all about immersive animal experiences, like afternoon tea with the monkeys. How cool is this?
The lodge is impressive, and there's more magic behind closed doors when you check into your room.
Welcome to the Reef Room with your very own aquarium. How cool is this? Look at this.
Of the 7 rooms that form Ushaka Lodge, the Reef Room has a 5-metre deep ocean aquarium. That is just mesmerising.
And if big cats are more your thing, how's this for a view? Oh, so cool. Hello there, big fella.
The jungle bungalows give you a bird's eye view into tiger territory.
And of all the rooms here at Jamala Wildlife Lodge, this one is probably my favourite.
The giraffe tree houses are luxurious suites with king beds and a double pull-out sofa for the kids.
And how's this for a room with a view? Check it out.
The tree houses are part of the giraffe enclosure, and your private deck is the perfect spot to meet, greet, and feed them.
Come on, who doesn't want to feed a giraffe? Hello there, look at that tongue. Leah, tell me all about these beautiful creatures.
Yeah, so we're feeding Sky and Kamisi. So Kamisi is the one that's feeding from us and Sky's observing in the background there. Kamisi is our male, Sky's our female. And Kamisi is actually 1 year of age. And he was born here at the National Zoo and Aquarium.
Yeah, wow.
Jamala Wildlife Lodge is part of the National Zoo and Aquarium, home to mischievous monkeys, mythical sun bears, and one of the most loved creatures on the planet, meerkats. It also offers animal encounters that will blow your mind.
Ty, this is one of the most remarkable things I've ever done in my life. This is Solo. Tell us about Solo.
Yeah, Solo, he was born here at the zoo, actually.
Okay.
We're the first and only cheetah we've ever had born here at the zoo. And yeah, we've been doing the Meet a Cheetah program here at the zoo for quite a while now.
And a part of that great experience of being able to meet with Solo is that the money from that experience is going to conservation.
Exactly, yeah. That's why we do this encounter and all the other encounters in the zoo. They are the fastest disappearing cat in Africa, unfortunately.
Really? How many cheetahs would be left in the wild?
Well, last estimation around 6,500, so it's not going so well for them. So by bringing people in here and giving them a chance to create a connection with an animal like this, it's going to put their mind in the conservation zone. It's going to make them aware of what's happening and maybe even act upon it in the future.
Being in the presence of Solo and having a pat is an experience you'll never forget. And like every encounter here, you're helping to preserve some very special creatures.
If you've ever dreamt on going on an African safari, this really is the next best thing.
Whether you're looking to get up close and personal with the animals at the Jamala Zoo and Aquarium in Canberra or explore some of the city's history and art, RAA can help you get there. Visit the RAA website to find out more.
Keep on moving on.
Imagine getting on a plane in Adelaide and only flying 7 hours to end up in one of the world's most fabulous cities, Singapore.
Tegan Nash is there for 48 hours and she's going to show us what you can do. And believe me, it's a lot.
Welcome to Singapore, land of the Singapore sling, chili crab, chicken rice, Singlish, and a country that celebrates culture. I'm in Singapore for 48 hours. Let's see what we can get up to.
I mean, did you visit Singapore if you didn't get this shot?
I'm staying at Nomi Hotel in the heart of Singapore. And not only is there this pretty cool infinity pool on the roof, there's also a bar, a restaurant, and the rooms are really quirky too. Let's take a look around. This is the harbour, and I think it's the perfect spot to view Marina Bay Sands and Gardens by the Bay. But let's take a closer look over there. This is the cloud forest at Gardens by the Bay.
And look at this.
The concept of Gardens by the Bay is different plants from all around the world, all in one spot in these giant domes.
And it is honestly spectacular. It literally feels like you're in Avatar. Getting around Singapore is so easy, especially where we're staying. We're staying in the heart of Singapore, and it's literally a 10-minute walk down here.
Or you can catch the MRT, which is really easy to navigate.
Singapore is home to so many different cultures, religions and ethnicities. So let's explore some of my favourite spots, starting with Little India. This is Haji Lane, and here you will find incredible shopping and food. Now it's a little bit sleepy right now. It's 10:30 in the morning and things don't really open up here till a little bit later. But if you come back around 12 o'clock, this street will be hustling.
While you're in the area, also visit Arab Street. I stopped in to get a Turkish tea because it was so hot. Arab Street is full of culture, great shopping and mouth-watering food. But I'm actually about to meet up with one of my friends, Ron, who lives in Singapore, and he's going to take me out for lunch in Chinatown.
We're trying to find chicken rice. We're in a hawker centre. There is so much food here. What makes the chicken rice so good?
I think two things.
Yeah.
Number one, obviously the chicken. Number two, the rice.
Durian, also known as stinky fruit, is considered a delicacy and a must-try when you visit Singapore.
Cheers.
You just can't take it on any public transport because, as the name suggests, it has a very pungent smell.
And once you've eaten your body weight in food, why not hit Orchard Road for some shopping?
I love Singapore, from the culture, the shopping, activities, and the food. Well, I couldn't leave without having a Singapore sling.
Thank you.
This weekend is a super exciting time to be here in SA because Tasting Australia's arrived. This is one of the most anticipated events of the year, where you can discover deliciously different dishes and drinks from some of the nation's favourite culinary maestros. From urban kitchens to regional adventures, there's something for everyone at Tasting Australia. Visit Town Square Kitchen for a raft of culinary adventures for brunch, lunch and dinner. Do a masterclass on wine hosted by some of the most passionate and knowledgeable winemakers in the industry. Or take a road trip to the beautiful Fleurieu Peninsula and experience some of the best seafood and scenery in South Australia. If you want to find out more or book your tickets, visit tastingaustralia.com.au. You don't want to miss this opportunity to taste every flavour of South Australia.
we've seen the things you could do on KI as a couple. Now let's look at the island for a family visit. First up, where do you stay with your well-behaved, tidy children? The Aurora Ozone Hotel is great for families and has just been recently refurbished. It's a 45-minute drive from the ferry and is situated on the foreshore of the stunning Nepean Bay. They have a poolside apartment available for families that sleeps 4 and everything you could possibly need, including a fridge and a microwave for those zoo hour snacks. And for dinner, it's a Mario's Vino e Cucina. Located on the main street of Kingscote, this lovely restaurant is modelled on an authentic Italian trattoria.
If you bring your family here, I'm pretty sure that everyone will be happy. The kids are always welcome. We have a special menu for them. The menu is a very authentic, traditional Italian menu. I would say like a trattoria. And with the South Australia Kangaroo Island product, everything comes so tasty. The most famous one that we prepare here is the gnocchi cacio e pepe. Potato gnocchi, of course, made from us, from the scratch. And they are cream inside the pecorino cheese wheel from Sardinia. And then we add a touch of truffle and porcini mushrooms.
Wow. I'm salivating just smelling this.
Spaghetti allo scoglio, which are the seafood spaghetti marinara with the local seafood.
This is my complete happy place.
Also, we have the meatball as well. They are a very traditional Italian recipe from my nonna.
Thank you. Wow, that smells amazing. Thank you. Look, I know I've had the gnocchi and the pasta, but who can go past meatballs, right? And Mario's is open from Wednesday through to Sunday, so bring the family and make sure you book. Look, and I don't need your judgment. One way to wear the kids out and have a blast is a visit to Little Sahara Adventure Centre. You can surf on the dunes like a pro on the sandboards, slide down on a toboggan, do a buggy tour of the island, or check it out on a fat bike. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Or book a family pack and do the whole lot. The kids are going to love it, and I'm betting the parents will too. Kangaroo Island needs some love after the tragedy and turmoil of the bushfires. The tourism operators have worked really hard to pick themselves up and get back on their feet, so come on over for a visit. So go on, get out there, discover.